Hi, beauties. How's it going out there? Can you hear me okay? I have some things to share. And I have a tarot deck that's my favorite. It's called the Minciati Tarot, I think. It's pronounced something like that. It's got like 94 or 96 cards, which is way more than a regular tarot deck. It's got all kinds of fun stuff. So we'll play with that a bit today. Okay, but first of all, you notice the ticker down below, that moving across? Why am I doing that? I'm doing that because I do awesome shit with awesome people like you. And I need to tell you about it. And when I'm doing these live videos and I'm out there and I'm talking, all I want to do is get out there and talk and be in my flow. And I don't want to plug. Okay, it feels like something's sticking out of my head when I try and plug something in. So we're just going to put a little ticker there and give you a little information about what I do. And then you can ask me about it if you want to know more. Or if it's really authentic and it comes blurting out, then you'll hear more about it from here. But that's what I'm trying, okay? That's what I'm working on. So, oh my God, did anybody else feel that energy shift an hour or two ago? I was driving back home from getting new tires, which was a dream that went really well. I love that. And my whole stomach just went, woo, that's my body. My body's like a very sensitive, like a seismic instrument. What is that called? You know what I mean, right? You know, that's my body. So I really felt the energy shift. I pinged my Baba group, my Baba babes, and I was like, did you guys feel that? And they're all, yes, I have so much energy. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And that's great. Like everybody has a different response to it. My response was, oh, to bed. I was like, I got called away. I had to go lay down for a little while. But now I'm feeling more peppy. So I got a little time before I teach my Baba class today. We're going to talk about energy healing. Going over all that because that's an important part of what we do and how we tap into spirit and how we are showing up to be of divine service, is incorporating the knowledge and the how-to with our energy healing. So that's going to be fun. But in the meantime, why don't I pull a couple of cards just to look at the energies today for the next 24 hours. And if you want a card, I'm happy to pull one for you. Well, I got one here. Hey, Morgan. Oh, yeah, you're feeling that energy. Ooh, baby. Yeah, it's rocking. All right. Let's see what we got cracking today. Temperance. Wait, weren't we just saying that's like not so much? Okay, check out that card. Temperance. Temperance is about balance. Total mind, body, spirit balance. And on the bottom of the deck, we got the Handmaid of Cups. So there's a message coming. Okay, this is what I'm getting. This goes for me as well as for everybody else. You have to get balanced, recalibrate your mind, body, spirit, emotions. Make sure you are in alignment. You're feeling really good. And when you do that, you're going to receive a message. And that message could come from anywhere. It could be like a download from spirit, or it could be somebody calling you up and telling you something, or something, you know, synchronicity, a message from spirit in your environment. But before that message is available to you, you have to get right. So if this energy shift has made you go like, why, you know, kind of lose it and go off kilter, do whatever you have to do to get back into alignment. Maybe you're feeling really triggered today. Maybe you're just feeling tired, or maybe you're kind of frenetic and all over the place. Whatever it is, before you do anything out there, pull it back to in here. You've got to get real calm. Calm isn't necessarily the right word. If you're not naturally a calm person, that doesn't apply to you. But you got to get centered. You got to bring yourself back to center and get focused. And then you have some good spirit juju coming your way. And just be open, because that could come from anywhere. Okay? That could come from anywhere. Yeah, I'm ready for the messages too, Morgan. But I was really glad to see that. I was like, oh, thank God. So my little like hour and a half of lounging in bed to get right with myself was exactly what was needed. Spirit says, yes, hello. You have to listen to your body and your natural flow. You know, I started the March Soulmatic Renewal group yesterday, and we always start off with really learning to understand our unique energetic signature. And that means like, what is the natural flow for us? How do we best operate? Do we best operate in response to situations? What do we need to get into the flow? And it's so powerful when you are when you trust yourself enough to just listen to your body and do what you need to do in the moment, then you can step fully into like go mode, right? You can step fully into your experience when you trust yourself to listen to your body. That's a huge part of my work with you, with everybody who I connect with, is teaching you how to trust yourself. I had a really cool experience on that note. I got to work with a few kids recently, super psychic and intuitive. And there's this one little boy that just like blew my socks off, man. It was like the things that were coming out of his mouth, like, what? Like, this is mind blowing. And, you know, like anybody, adult or child, he's asking me all kinds of questions because he's really into what he's doing. It was the coolest thing. This kid wasn't scared of his experiences. He was engaged in it. He was interested. He was like wanting to learn more. He was like thirsty for it. It was juicy. He was about 10 years old. And so he would ask me a question, and I did with him what I do with the adults who I work with. Okay, so drop it out of that energy out of your head, drop it into your heart. What do you feel in there? Describe to me what you feel. And every single time he came up with the answer to his own questions because he went into his heart. And it was so fun to watch a kid go through that process. And it was so, oh my God, it was so joy-filled, because if we can catch them that young, to start trusting themselves and their body and their heart, how hard is it for us adults to make our way back into ourselves and learn how to trust ourselves? I've been working on it for years, and I don't feel like I'm totally all the way there yet, although much improved, thank you very much. But this 10-year-old boy and his sisters, who were equally as gifted in their own right, I mean, really teaching them how to trust themselves, it lit me up. It just lit me up. I mean, if I have any opportunity I have to work with kids in this spiritual capacity with their intuition and learning how to trust their body and their intuition and what they're seeing and hearing and feeling, this kid would talk about like, oh, the voices in my head told me. Whoa, that's really cool. So trusting yourself. Yeah, that is huge. Okay, Morgan, you want a card? Heck yeah. You've been very patient. Thank you, darling. Morgan, let's see what the energy's got for you. Oh, whoop. The Fool. Okay, speaking of trusting yourself, so the Fool is like being guided by intuition. It's spontaneity, and that's your intuition. Your intuition really only shows you the next steps, okay? We're never going to see the whole picture because the point is the journey, right? The point is the adventure. Life is an adventure, and this is saying to you, trust your gut. Drop into your belly, sweetheart. Drop into your belly and trust those impulses. It's going to be in the moment tugs. That's how I think of an intuition, is an in the moment tug one way or the other, right? It's like, go this direction, say this, go into that store, take this direction home. That's what this is talking about. The Fool is a faith card. It's wild, crazy, mad faith. It's leaping off a cliff, knowing that your wings are going to grow and you will fly. Maybe not knowing it, but believing it, you know, and hurling yourself off that cliff. So really do whatever you can, Morgan, to cultivate your faith today. And over the next couple of days, if you do that, I feel this energy in my heart, and I feel a big expansion coming up for you. Anytime I feel energy in my heart, it's like, oh, we're talking life purpose stuff here. Now, I want to differentiate life purpose, but like what people typically say and what I mean when I say life purpose. So a lot of times when we're going to life purpose, it's, oh, what am I here to do? But life purpose is more, what am I here to be? What is the essence I'm here to emit out into the world? That's the heart expansion. The form that takes, which is what most people think of as their life purpose, what I'm here to do, that is totally negotiable. You're meant to do what is fun for you, okay? To emit that expression, to bring out that essence and package it up in a way that's fun and interesting for you. And it gets to change, right? But I feel that expansion coming in the heart. So you're going to become more familiar, more intimately familiar with what it is you're here to be on this planet, in this life. Heck yeah, that's juicy. Okay, I want to remind you, those of you watching the replay, you know, or live, you know, I'm pulling cards, but Spirit is awfully efficient and all messages are evergreen. So if I pull a card and I start talking, because when I'm talking, I'm getting the hell out of the way and I'm letting Spirit come through. And if you ask me in 10 minutes what I said to you, I'd have no recollection because I'm channeling this information. Yeah, we're using cards because it's like something for our mind to chew on, but I'm channeling this information for you. And Spirit is efficient. And if you hear something and it resonates with you, it grips you, you have a response to that, I want you to take that, own it, and apply it to your life, okay? Because it's all for you. Okay. Hang on. Do you like my eye cup? My friend Carrie Romano Zoll gave this to me last year for my birthday. So my birthday's in April, which means last year we were locked down in quarantine. And she showed up all masked up, except I didn't see her. I was in here and she was banging on my door and I didn't hear her because my door is like 2 doors out. And but she left some, oh, I know, was this for my birthday? I'm not sure if it was for my birthday. It was around my birthday, but she gave me this cup. I think it was for my birthday. Because she found it and had the eye on it. And every time I drink from it, I just feel so special. Oh, so special. This is the Rise mushroom coffee that is in the ticker down there. Okay, this is stupid good. Like, I am a coffee snot, an absolute snot about my coffee. I will drink high-end coffee. I won't drink instant coffee. I have to have it every day. My beautiful boyfriend, Shade, he's like, said to me one day, he's a Bowen therapy healer and energy healer, and he's super like knowledgeable about the body and the foods you put in and everything. And he's like, we're on a health kick, right? So we're doing this. And he says to me, he goes, you should stop drinking coffee. I think it's very bad for you. To which I wanted to spit at him because I'm like, there's a lot of things I will do. Giving up coffee is not it, not for my health, not for something like that. Then Carrie got herself a partnership with Rise Superfood. RYZE, you can see it in the ticker. And so I got to try this mushroom coffee. I was freaking blown away. I was like, okay, that works. I'll do that. And so because I'm hooked up with Corporate Hippie Connection and Carrie, I get to pass along a 15% discount to you, which is pretty cool. And I don't know if you can see this, but like there's this stupid amount of yummy mushroom ingredients. And I don't know what they all are, but you can go on the website. I mean, clearly they're amazing. Like cordyceps is good, reishi's good. I know these things are good. And thankfully there's a little coffee in there too, because my God, we have limits. But yeah, so that's badass. So I get to pass along that 15% discount to you, which I'm happy to do. Okay, time to pull another card. Oh, Vanessa, you sweet babe. What you got for you? Well, I like seeing your pictures on Facebook and your happy face, and you're all beautiful and yummy, and just you're making me very happy, girl. So we got some good stuff happening. Oh, we got 2 cards that came out for you. They're happy cards. We got the 9 of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card. Everything you've ever wanted, fat and happy. I don't mean literally fat, of course. You're gorgeous. We know that. But you just happy as a clam, right? And then we have the 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Coins, which is empowerment. You are feeling like you are taking care of yourself, your stuff, you're empowered, you're financially set, you're emotionally set, you're relationally set. I mean, these are some really, really positive cards. You've really reached a pinnacle in your experience when it comes to both your relationship and your happiness, and also your sense of well-being and trust in yourself. Girl, yes, your energy is not lying to me. You are on it. You are living the dream. I am so pleased and proud of you. And you know what? I know you've worked hard to get here. And I've had the pleasure of working with you, walking some of that path with you. So kudos to you. Well done. You know what? Just enjoy this. Yeah, that's what I say. Just let yourself have that. Go ahead and enjoy that. Oh, happiness. Okay, happiness. You know, there's this, I have this thing that happens in my head where, how do I put this? It's like I have this voice in my head that can get loud sometimes, and then other times it's, you know, it's kind of like not so much. But sometimes it gets so loud and it's just like judgy little voice. So I just had this thing that wanted to pop out of my mouth that was, you know, happiness is a choice. Happiness is a choice. And then I had this little niggle I know pop in my head that goes Now how can you say that? And there's this voice that says like, you're blaming the victim. And I don't know, it's a gnarly, nagging, judgy, self-judgment, judging other people voice that occasionally just pops up and is like, whoa, it gets really kind of ugly in my head. But I'm going to bypass that. And I want to talk about this concept of happiness being a choice. So when I say happiness is a choice, and I bet that you can absolutely attest to this, sweet Vanessa. When I say happiness is a choice, I don't mean we just got to choose to be happy right now. Just forget about everything that's going on and just choose to be happy right now. Just get over it. And that's not what I mean at all. When I say happiness is a choice, happiness is a commitment. Sometimes we're really deep in it. We find ourselves in a place in life where we're in the muck and we've got some bad habits mentally and emotionally, and we're just, you know, really seeing a lot of the negativity. And the truth is we're here for the whole spectrum of the human experience. We're going to have difficult circumstances, difficult experiences, and that's okay. But the happiness is a choice means happiness is a commitment. And if you make a commitment to dig your way out of the holes that we find ourselves in, the mental ruts, the emotional ruts, the situational ruts, all you have to do, all you ever have to do is commit. And once you commit, the doors will open for you. The path becomes easy and it becomes obvious. The commitment to happiness, that's the hard part. Most people prefer to stay stuck in their conditioned unlovability, in their belief that life is crap, where it's not the other people are just lucky and it's not their lot, or they can't do it, or they're not smart enough, or they're not pretty enough, or whatever BS story shows up. Happiness is a commitment. And when you make that commitment to yourself, people like me or someone else you resonate with who does the same kind of thread work that I do can show up and create a container for you to do that transformative flip. And the more committed you are, the quicker it will happen. And commitment happens when commitment happens. It's kind of spontaneous. I don't think it's something you can really force. For me, my commitment comes when I get really tired of my own bullshit. Like when I have like hit the bottom and I'm like, you know what? I have exhausted myself. I surrender. I give up. I'm ready to do something different. That's when commitment emerges from me. So, somebody else wanted a card too. No one wanted a card. Oh, Ashley. Ashley's doing my, yeah, Ashley and me, we're having fun, aren't we, babe? Do me. Okay, babe. Let's pull a card for you. I hope you show up to class tonight, Ashley. Got some good stuff happening. I assume Spirit's gonna tell me it's always good. Okay, Ashley, what do we got? Love. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna pull another card. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, love. You know what I find really interesting about this card, Ashley? Look at how the woman is crowning the man. Here's what this reminds me of. Spirit told me some time ago that in relationship, well, actually all over the place in our paradigm, but in relationship specifically, the feminine leads, the masculine follows. I'm gonna say it again. The feminine leads, the masculine follows. And I remember this time. So I have had, until recently, I have had Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn in my 7th house of relationships, like for years. It's been picking up my for years. Okay, my relationships have been a mess. And at one point, during one particularly messy relationship experience, I was so frustrated because guess what was showing up is patterns. And I can talk about patterns in a minute. They're juicy. But I was so frustrated. I threw this experience, all this energy, I literally just threw it up to the sky. I said, God, what now? What do I do? How do I change this? And I got one word come into my head, and that word was shine. And then the meaning of that one word became really clear to me. The feminine is meant to shine bright, and the masculine is meant to support the shining feminine. And we have it backwards in our culture. The feminine is always trying to serve the masculine. And what happens is the masculine gets flooded and doesn't know what to do with it and kind of like does this. And so in response, the feminine gives more. And that can be literally like cooking and cleaning and massaging and sex and whatever, or it can be energetically just pouring your energy out onto the man, right? But when you pull that energy back into yourself and you just focus exclusively on shining in your own right, on leveling up and expanding, what will happen is the masculine energy gravitates towards that shining feminine like a moth to a flame. And the masculine finds purpose in supporting the feminine. Now, my understanding is it's not like that through all of time, but that is the energetic dynamics of the current situation on our planet. And it's a way to balance out this masculine and feminine polarity that we've got running. We're swinging, the pendulum is swung the other direction. So what I have for you, Ashley, what that all comes down to is the feminine crowns the man. Look, he's kneeling down to her. So in your relationships, especially your male relationships, and that could be your partner, it could be, siblings or male family members or male friends, the tendency is to give, 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 because that's how we're conditioned. Really what you want is to receive, 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 receive. And you have to give that to yourself first and begin to shine really brightly. And then the right masculine energy is going to show up to support that. And if a masculine energy is present in your life that is not equipped or evolved enough to support that shining feminine energy, they will vibe out. You don't have to do anything. You just have to pull your energy back and shine. And that is really going to shift things for you on the romance front. I'm also feeling a headache coming on. Like my head is hurting, especially on the left side here. And then I also feel my sacral clenching and hurting as well and getting really tight. I feel like you're having physical issues come up around this dynamic. So what you got to pull that energy back. Anywhere where you find yourself giving energetically or intellectually or emotionally or physically, when you're overdoing it, you got to pull this back. And you know where this shows up the most obvious in male-female relationships? Sex, usually. Who's giving and who's receiving during sex, usually, right? So take that for what it's worth, honey. I hope that is helpful. Yeah, I had a really, I started to really get clear on my morbid codependence recently in my own relationship. And it was powerful. It sucked, but it was powerful. I had a rough December. My guy and I, went through some stuff, and individually and together. And, I started to do this frenetic attention on him. It was just frenetic. It was just all him, all him, all him. He didn't ask for it, but that's what I was doing. And I got so far down on the end of my rope, I couldn't go any further. I was exhausted. I had nothing left to give. And I finally had to pull my energy back and just start to take care of myself and start to really focus on myself and be super conscious of when I was even overthinking about the man in my life, just, obsessing about him. And pulling that back was a game changer for me. I started to see so clearly where I fell into these like codependent, habitual habits of codependency. And it was, it stung a little, like it does, but ultimately I'm so grateful because I began to change, and now I'm noticing when that comes up again, and I am taking better care of myself. And the more I take care of myself, the more I pull that energy back and own my shit and shine as bright as I can, the more that I thrive, and the more my partner thrives, and the more we thrive together, the better and better and better and better it gets. But boy, it's like when you're over giving to the man, it's a death knell for the relationship. It is. And that's not to put the onus on women. I mean, it's not. It's better when, the man encourages you to shine. And my Shay, he does. He encourages me to shine, and he has from the beginning. And that was such a freaking aphrodisiac for me at the beginning of our relationship. I didn't feel this like clawing and pulling down on my energy that I so often felt in relationships, because I'm a loud, bright, shining, spiritual, fiery bitch, man. And he was all about it. So, and yet still, even with the beginning and really moving into this relationship in the most conscious way possible, we definitely tumbled and then started to rise back up in just a phenomenal way. It's been quite an experience. So let me tell you from firsthand experience, my sweet Ashley, and anybody else who is connecting with this message, trust me, give it a try for just like a week, even a day. Pull that energy back and focus on ask yourself in every moment, what do I need to feel good right now? What do I need to feel good right now? And then give it to yourself. Go get it. And then watch how you expand and how much good you feel. And then watch how your relationship flourishes, how your partner flourishes, or if you're single, watch them start to gravitate towards you. They're gonna be boom, 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 hi baby. Give it a try. I guarantee those results, okay? It's going to be amazing. Nicole, you want a card? Yeah, we can do a card for you, babes. Oh, no, hold on. Let's try this. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Okay, Nicole, the world, and this one fell out too. Ace of Coins. Okay, the world is a completion of a major cycle, honey. That's big. Okay, you have just gone through a years-long cycle, and I'm feeling really strongly there's some emotional stuff that you've been dealing with, some real deep, I get this lodged, like kind of lodged feeling, like you've had stuff lodged in there, and it's taken you years to dislodge it. And I feel like saying, I'm hearing congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. I mean, you've really done well. And I also sense that you are pretty focused on your stops rather than your starts. Like you have this tendency to focus on where you didn't get it perfect or made perceived mistakes or didn't do things gracefully, didn't heal gracefully is what I'm getting. And you can just stop that right now because this is not a competition. This is not, you know, a competitive sport. This is a process and everybody is on their path individually. And you're doing amazing because look, you did it, okay? Years, you did it. And here's the good news. You have the Ace of Coins. So with the completion, you have this powerful new beginning. And this is a physical new beginning, okay? So this isn't like, oh, I feel better. You're going to be doing better as a result of this incredible emotional clearing, dislodging, healing that you have taken the time to do. It takes such grit and tenacity and courage to do what you do, Nicole. I got to tell you guys, most people are not really prepared to stick with the healing work. It's not always like brutal. It has its moments for sure. Mostly, like I said, it just takes commitment. You have to be committed. Once you're committed, the doors open in front of you. But boy, breaking through to the other side like that, girl, you're going to be looking at more prosperity, more physical, material wealth, and everything in the world. So relationships, experiences, really juicy, sensual, yummy, prosperous in the world situations, experiences are coming up for you as a result of this work that you did. You're going to be so pleased. And this is an ace, so the seed has been planted. You haven't necessarily seen the results yet, but it's coming. This is manifestation, and it will bloom very soon, sooner than you think. Pretty soon your head is going to be spinning with all the opportunities and all the juiciness that is available to you. Okay? Oh my God, that feels really good. All right. I am feeling pretty complete. I am so grateful to you. Thanks for jumping on. If you have any questions about what I do, check out that ticker. I'm a Soulmatic Renewal practitioner, which is that deep healing work that I'm talking about. I'm a psychic medium, and I'm a minister at the Baba Spiritual Mission. I love what I do. I wear a lot of hats. I love working with wonderful humans like you. And if you have any questions at all, just send me a message and we can start chatting. I love you like crazy. I'll see you soon, okay? Bye, beauty.